Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? We've got the third round here of, which is quarterfinals of the tournament. I keep saying A to Z. Like, I've started almost all of these by saying A to Z because I've been running so many A to Z videos lately. I've been trying to get through them. We're getting through them real quick. So, of course, if you aren't watching A to Z videos, check those out. But yeah, so we're in the quarterfinals here of the weekly sub-tournament. This time it's S tier and below. We've got Rama versus Osiris. Learning on the Osiris and Gen Life on the Ram. A little bit of missed poke there from Learning. Adds up, unfortunately, too. You know? Gotta be hitting that shit. If you're consistently hitting your sickle and 2 on... oh, sorry about that. On your ADC target in the early game like that, you feel the pressure so much. It's incredibly hard to deal with Osiris in that kind of position, because you're just so poked out. A lot of pots picked up for Learning with these multi-pots and the... actually, not a lot of pots. That's less pots than I usually go, what am I saying? But pots picked up, right? Both teams, both players going into the boot 1 start. Gen Life not really needing too many mana pots here because of the death toll. But Rama is pretty mana hungry. Like, I gotta say, in the early game, his astral arrows, it takes a lot. So I have such a hard time managing it. But I mean, at least in this position, he's so poked out. Oh shit, that was crazy aggressive from Learning. I'm not sure that she should not have stuck with it. What did you say? Press this? What did that do? All right, I pressed it. You fucked up the game. Look at this guy. He just slid now. Ooh, great snipes from Gen Life. I don't even know how that confirmed. It looked like Learning had you know, completely dropped the leash on that one, but I guess he was just still she was still right inside the buff, just on the outside of it, and Gen Life able to snipe it out. That's a great pickup for him. Not even, you know, he's probably not gonna be able to get it, but just the XP there is huge, especially when you're facing down Osiris, because this matchup's an interesting one, given that Osiris has so much pressure, like I was talking about earlier, against ADCs in general. I don't think Rama is one of the ADCs that can combat him well enough to actually win. Oh, you changed this so the outlines don't happen, and Osiris doesn't look like poop? Okay, cool, great, thank you. Ooh, that's Lord WizKid, the god. Wiz, do you want to cast? I should have asked you for this, but since I didn't see you around for some reason, I was just like, I was like, if Wiz is here, then I'll ask him. Maserati's, by the way, guys, is like on full-time job mode. He's a big boy now. But yeah, Gen Life's gonna have to really create a lot of distance between him and Learning as he goes forward in this matchup here. If he gets his, you know, late game online before Learning really, well, if he gets there comfortably, I guess is what I should say, then he'll have a good time, and he should be able to take this. But I think it would be about like 50-50 in that position, because really it should be up to the Osiris to push the envelope enough to take this down. But I could be underestimating Ram. I definitely could be. You know, it's something that I've done before. He's got a really strong, solid game overall. Really great boxing potential. But he is a lackluster hunter because he doesn't have enough self-peel for himself. Even the ultimate, taking himself out of the combat, giving him the predictable recovery back down, and even if he's able to gain another dash after that, against someone like Osiris, it doesn't matter. He can chase you down regardless. So once that tower is gone, there's only so much he can do. Okay, so that's a no from Wiz. Okay. So all this poke from Learning right now hasn't resulted in too much. Only about like a really meager gold lead. Experience barely even a factor right now, as Gen Life actually probably slightly ahead, given that he was able to get both the blue buff and the red buff. Also, learning backs there at a really improper time, letting this red buff go straight to Gen with no issue. Yeah, that's quite rough. I'm not sure what was up at the time. She just didn't realize at all. But I think she didn't get it the first time. But I feel like she should have had a timer, given that she was there when she died. Yeah, Jen, learning is a like I was talking about in her first game, a really good up and coming player who is definitely showed a lot of promise. And actually, funny enough, she's playing Osiris first time I ever played her, and she destroyed my Robin with. Not that that's an accomplishment, but because I'm very fucking bad at that. But yeah, that's, I mean, definitely her Osiris specifically showed a lot of potential, and I feel like right now maybe not playing up as hard as usual. Kind of maybe nerves getting to her. This is her second time playing in a tournament. Both times she's had to go up against the top seed, actually. And I did not realize. I usually try not to let that happen when somebody's like consistently poorly seated, unless they really deserve it, you know. Some of the mods. Gladiator shield pickup here for learning, which is an interesting pickup. You don't see it that much on Osiris, like in this position. But I think it's going to couple well with that breastplate and just give a lot of bulkiness, give a little bit more early aggression. She's in a position now where she's not, she's neither really ahead or behind. It's just so close, you know, too close to call between these two. So she's got, she's got a lot of work to do in terms of pushing the envelope, as I fell into saying again. That's one of those things, like I said, that, as a caster, you can't avoid saying. Wow, if she hit that too, she might have been able to confirm the ultimate and find something there. She's got to look every time she forces the dash on Rama to look for that, the big ult, because right now that sprint's just like sitting pretty. Gen Life has, I don't think, even had to use it yet. If has, it would have only been once, I would hope, unless I'm terrible and missed every time as you sprint. But yeah, so I mean, you really want to force that sprint out and make sure that you get the option to do something more. Otherwise, the kill potential is just never going to be there, and you're just going to give Gen Life a free ride. See, like, options like this, with the full wave there, there's no reason to really go into that poke game, but maybe we'll see what she makes out of it. She's going to run through here. This is a very NShadow play, by the way, and Gen Life doesn't have much mana, so that's really great, but unfortunately, off the mark there. Uses the, oh, I don't know if she can do this. This is going to be incredibly close. Oh my god. Nope. Oof. Yeah, that's the NShadow play right there. That is exactly it. Now, if she had hit that ultimate, unfortunately, it probably would have lent enough damage there to be able to do it. Ooh. Yeah, that's rough. So, yeah, she used the horrific while the sprint was still active, and, that just... Well, the good thing is, when you use the horrific while somebody's sprinting, it'll actually still affect them after the sprint runs out. So that's great, and it stopped the attack speed from Gen Life. So she might have, full well used it while knowing that she was not going to be able to get the immediate slow effect out of it, but used it rather for the attack speed and for the slow afterward. So yeah, that wasn't so much of a misplay as it was just unfortunate that the slow was still or that the sprint was still active, giving Gen Life a little bit more ability to get away there, and those few milliseconds really got the job done in terms of allowing Gen Life to stay in. Ooh, here comes a big ultimate though, and sprint is down. Popped the Shield of Thorns a little too early though, so she's not going to get much use out of them. She really wants to save that for the tower dive itself. Because it will come right here, and this is going to be where things really matter, but misses the 2. Oh my god, that's so rough yet again. Now she's just gonna trade out instead of getting the clean kill. Like I said, I think a lot of it right now seems to be nerves. You know, I shouldn't. I try not to make excuses for players too often out of like bias or anything. But you know, given especially what I've seen. You know, the Osiris that I saw was, you know, definitely a lot cleaner. So in some cases it's clear. And, you know, tournament scenarios, there's, you know, big gems online. And not just that, but all the people watching, you know, YouTube, Twitch. And you get real nervous. So you can flub, you know, stuff that you regularly, that it's just regularly easy for you. So unfortunate, but yeah, that's not the kind of kill she wants. It ends up actually being I'd say positive for Gen Life, because as long as Gen Life is consistently shutting her down on these attempts at aggression, should be fine. Getting to the you know, just it's more ability for him to get to the late game, just buying more time essentially. So Learning knows that and wants to, you know, put her foot on the gas right now and get some substantial lead. So it looks like she might turn her sights to the Bull Demon. I think she needs to do that now, really. It should have been something that's been on the table before. Always, you know, as someone like Osiris in this kind of situation where you need to win early, you should grab wards, or at least just one ward. You know, do the aggressive ward that I always do right about here, and just try to force out a Bull Demon, because the Rama can't do much to contest it. You know, he can try to ult it, but you just step aside and, you know, don't let him have it, obviously. Oh, okay, big no. Big horrific, but unfortunately the ult afterward was just ill-advised. There was definitely no reason for her to use that there. It was good to get the sprint for the horrific. That's a fine trade. But then to use the ultimate afterward, there's no way you're going to hit it, first of all, and you're not going to be able to slow afterward. So definitely there's just nothing there. Yeah, she's definitely come out of loose cannon with these ults. Real trigger happy. Oh my god. And again, Gen Life picking that up. She's not really learning her lesson about that red buff. That's an important thing to recognize with Ram at all times, is that he has that ability to steal out buffs, or even like the Bull Demon in that kind of exchange. Because it's not really that powerful a tool for Rama either. I think, like, if you would look at this game, you'd be like, wow, Rama must be fucking insane, because he can just steal those buffs freely. But, like, it's as long as you know where he is in the wave. So if you see, like, a momentary pause in the wave or anything, or you just, like, you know, watch the skies while you do the buff, it's very easy to counterplay the Rama ultimate on those buffs. So there's no reason to really let him steal those unless you get, you know, you get a little too lazy about it. So yeah, it's definitely up to Learning to be more cautious about that and respect more the ability that the Ram has. Now Jen's going into the Executioner here most likely, and that'll be, you know, a disaster for Learning to fight into. Yeah, all items are allowed in this event. 4 bans apiece, I should have said probably in the first video of this. So we tried to see how S tier would go with 4 bans each. So far I've seen a good amount of variation in the picks, but a lot of emphasis on things like Osiris and Robin and the Hunters. So, you know, it's kind of hard to have S tier and not have that be the way that things end up going. So always taking ideas for new tournaments if anybody ever has any recommendations or just feedback on this one that we're doing now, and, you know, let me know what you think about, you know, what you've seen, or what you have, how you've played in it, you know, what you felt was lacking or could, you know, be added or anything like that. So the Executioner is picked up here. I like that Gen Life went these actives great. The sprint plus the oh, is he actually taking this? Yeah, he's going for it, and looks like it's going to go down. Oh, nope. Learning almost had the opportunity there. I thought for a second it was going to come out. Great ultimate just for the distance here. Great stuff. Making sure. I think she should just leave the tower real quick, but never mind. All right, it's fine. It's fine. Problem is, didn't have enough there, I guess. Wow. She wasn't going to be able to aggress into the Phoenix, and she knew that. So, luckily for her, I mean, all he got was the Bull Demon for the tower. It's not like the Bull Demon on the Phoenix yet. But, yeah, this game is slowly slipping. Just really needs to make better use of the aggressive options. You got to be more methodical about taking down the defensive options that Gen Life has, and then recognizing, you know, what you have to counter, and what you can abuse next, given that you've, you know, gotten rid of, say, sprint, or gotten rid of the ultimate or the dash, and, you know, becomes like a real game of chess. She's taking a real beating here, unfortunately, and I don't think she's going to be able to get that red buff in this exchange. So probably just going to have to back off. Gen Life getting stronger and stronger. She's going into the Frostbound now, which I like, actually. I think it's a good move. You don't really want to go for the... well, yeah, I think it's good here. I think because you can also go for... oh, look at the exchange here. Gen Life actually takes the big stun. Probably meant to ult before the stun came out, ideally. Oh, that was sick. That was beautiful, actually. Wow, what a change of pace. Learning really coming into it there. And that could be the momentum boost that she needs. You know, now you got that big kill under your belt. You start feeling it. You recognize, you know, I can do this and just play it the same way that I played, you know, dozens of times before. I do believe, like I said again, this is an Osiris winning matchup. So there have been a lot of just squandered opportunities for learning. And now that she's really feeling it and has had that big counterplay, I think she might actually be able to take this one. We're going to see. It looks like it's going to come down to the wire either way. Yeah, I was considering whether she can go Haste Katana or Frostbound here, but I think Frostbound definitely comes out the better option, especially against the ADC here, wanting to lessen the attack speed. Just, you know, it helps so much. A 15% reduction. And the additional slows on top of the crazy slows that Osiris already has. Gen Life going into the chin size now. This is very standard Hunter build. And he did go Ickful, by the way. It was interesting because we've been talking about whether Ickful was something that people should be going or not. I like it a lot in this position because if you just go Devo Gloves, I feel like you're just going to get steamrolled by Robin. Not Robin. Robin too, but by Osiris. You want to be able to fight back. Oh wow! Now this is an item, Toxic Blade, that you don't often see the Warriors pick up against ADCs, but was definitely talked about a lot when the item came out. I feel like she might be lacking in damage by a little bit right now, and what she'll have to do, I don't know. Nah, she'll sell Gladiators for another defense item, I think. Alright, either way, we'll ponder the items afterward. Gen Life's peeking over here, but actually just going to disengage both of them. Yeah, because I feel like she's lacking a little bit of damage right now, given that she needed the Frostbound. I don't think you can afford to go the Frostbound and the Toxic Blade, but, you know, I definitely could be wrong. She's not fighting double defense because it's a Hunter, too, so you might have more leeway in this kind of situation. Ban that sexist guy in chat, sorry. Well, I ban him for a day. Hopefully you're not actually sexist. Well, you might. I don't know. I don't have time to figure it out. Hopefully in a day he won't be sexist, you know? That's that's what I'm hoping for. Nah, I usually just permaban, but lately people have been hounding me on bans. Shouldn't ban so easily. Mostly people I don't care about saying that, though, you know? So it's like, alright, enough. Learning in a rough spot here, and I think really could go down. Very smart to back off. Just let it go at this point because, okay, that's good. Take down the archers because then Gen Life might actually be able to take the Phoenix. No. Yeah, if he had left, or if she had left the archers up there, then that would have been... That definitely could have been a Phoenix. So it was smart to go and clear those out. Other than that, though, yeah, definitely there was no reason to try to fight Gen Life under that tower there. It's just the tower, can definitely let it go. So yeah, we'll see if she does have enough power with this build. Really, the only heavy hitter is Executioner. Frostbound, very little power offered, and then the Gladiator Shield as well is just you know, about what is it, 15. So yeah, this item is great, but yeah, it does give a little bit of pen too, but it doesn't give power. Thing is, in these positions, oh, Gen Life's gonna have to fight, and the Shield of Thorns come out, but these shots are gonna matter so much. Or it's just going to completely buy time for Gen Life. I feel like Gen Life had the aggression and could have probably won that. Yo, Florina, thank you so much for the sub. That is an incredibly cool name. Florina Leostasia. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like Gen Life actually could have taken that there, but he was just like evaluating his options, thinking through. And he went for the safe bet. He said, you know what? I should be able to just gain control here. She's pretty poked out. If I just shove wave, force her back, and then take Bull Demon in. Definitely worked out. Oh, dashes down from Gen Life here, and he's used his Shield Thorn, so Learning's trying to just outweight that. That's a good good catch. But the Phoenix is disabled, so she's got to get back really quickly if she wants any chance at stopping this. Not too much damage yet from Gen Life. Ooh, okay, does land that. That was close. Oh, just outside of the 3's range there, so no stun gonna come. This is very close. I feel like Learning might be biting off more than she could chew. Absolutely. What a shame. We saw glimpses of greatness there, but Gen Life, really, you know, consistent, strong player. He's been in positions twice now where, you know, he's almost lost. And has come back with some incredibly solid play. Really, really nice stuff. Learning really just, you know, kind of forced that engagement too much. And I think that was kind of the story of a lot of those fights, was just, you know, forced engagements that ended up awkward instead of having like a steady control over the pace of the game as Osiris, you know, wants to have with that pressure game. So, you know, didn't work out too well this time, but, you know, maybe next time. GG. Oh, yeah, lap.